then we'll get started. No, I'm excited.
Do it. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, sure. So let me share screen and we will get started. Oh man. Okay. So, BFit Lifestyle Business Innovation Week 2021. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can you guys see that all right?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
very good.
So, fitness innovation in a pandemic. The gym industry. The gym industry obviously was shocked with almost as much, if not more than many industries, except for maybe the restaurant industry when everything went down. So the gym industry, as far as innovation during the pandemic, a lot of gyms closed permanently. Some closed temporarily and then were able to open back up within a few months of being allowed to, or within a few months of maybe figuring out a new plan. And then a lot of people just went online, the industry. So, or the industry, those who were online really benefited from already being there. So between Zoom, Google Hangouts, Instagram, YouTube channels, all that kind of stuff, if you had that capability before going into it, you benefited a lot. And then outdoors. Once people were allowed to have groups outdoors, like many, outdoor classes became a big thing. So the industry, I would say it took a while. I mean, it really wasn't too much innovation other than, changing business plans to adapt to what was already available. And then of course, beside the industry, there's all the people who are working out that had to adapt and innovate. So many people, so the Peloton got really big. Like I said, people, if you didn't have a gym, you might have gone to YouTube to do self-workouts from experience or learning as you go on YouTube. Instagram fitness became huge. The followings became huge. I know someone who we follow on Instagram who started her business last year, and she has an online business only, and she went from 0 to about 200 plus members within 6 to 8 months. So yeah, it's pretty amazing what people were able to do. And so a lot of those, so that clearly is an indication that everyone went from going to the gym in person to being like, all right, I'm just gonna find another way to do it, and that's gonna be online primarily, or outside on your own. And then of course, that's like the first level, right? So people can follow a video and do this on their own. Then the next level will be getting some private coaching, whether it's one-on-one or small group. And like you and I did, Deb, we went to Zoom and we were on one-on-one on Zoom. And so a lot of people either maybe didn't have a coach before, ended up getting a coach, whether it's in that group or one-on-one setting. So actually, since there's only 2 of you, this should be pretty easy. Especially since I know one of you, the routine that one of you had was Deb. So, Anedo, so let's start with you. Going into pandemic, did you have a fitness routine? You said you just got out of the Navy 2 months ago. So I'm imagining you must have had a routine in the Navy. And what did that look like? What did it start out as? And then what did it go to once pandemic hit wherever you were?
I would say definitely before the pandemic, I had almost every tool at my disposal. Multiple gyms, classes, outside activities, pools, everything. It was whatever I wanted to do. But afterwards, it was kind of like, if you can find something on base, grab onto it, hold on to it for dear life. So it kind of came to survival mode when the pandemic really hit. But I was more into like the functional fitness, kind of what my body needed. Your body kind of tells you what you need. So if I need more strength training, I focused on that. If I need more cardio, I transferred to more cardio. But I tried to mix it up and keep that dynamic going.
I really like that. I like that you listened to what you needed. It's pretty unique. Not that many people really can listen to themselves, and instead they're kind of very much influenced by what's out there and what they're told to do on the internet or social media. So that's great. So you had a routine going into it, right? And then you had to completely change and survive and kind of listen to your body as far as what you needed as far as a new routine.
Yes, and obviously there's some stuff out there on social media. So I tried the Murph challenge. And that was entertaining. That's only a month long. And the hard part is find something that's sustainable. And that's I think, the biggest challenge going into the pandemic.
Yeah, sustainability, great point. And I could go on a long tangent here, but that's why we call it BFit Lifestyle, because it is about making it sustainable and making it fit into your lifestyle. And right there, I said, make fitness fit into your lifestyle. And too often people go on, fad diets or fad workouts, like the next cool thing, whatever that is. And then it dies off in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe even a year. But their goal is to make it forever. And so moving forward, I think there's a lot of opportunity both in the industry and individually for changing that and making it fit into the lifestyle, especially because once pandemic hit, health became a tremendous focus for people.
Brian, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think that's what's so brilliant about your logo and your name of the company. Lifestyle is critical, because if fitness is part of your life, it just means that your overall health and wellness is what you're concerned about. Yes. And what is going to keep you living to be in your 80s, 90s, and being well. And so you were brilliant with that name.
Well, thank you. That was a team effort that we came up with that. Two people that aren't here today who helped open BFit Lifestyle played a major part in coming up with that. It's pretty cool how it came about. And like you said, getting into your 80s, your 90s, and it's not just about getting there, it's about being able to function and move and live there. Because I think everyone knows a grandparent or a friend, a family friend who's in that age range, but they're not mobile. They might be in a nursing home where they're pretty much in bed all the time, which I can relate personally. That's the important factor. It's not just getting there, but it's being able to actually live the way you want to live as long as you can live. So now I made a note there about total body method, and I could spend a lot of time talking about that. That's the method that I use for pretty much all my clients, which is essentially every workout, you're trying to work every muscle. So instead of doing a bodybuilding style workout where you're doing legs one day, chest the next day, to really make it simple, efficient, productive, and not too boring, really, is just working out your whole body every time. And that includes strength training, all muscle parts, getting some cardio, some core work in, and boom, done. You can do that in 45 minutes. So, we can talk about that more if we.
And then when we ache, we go to Aaron.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
When we want to recover, we.
That's right. Come see me. Yep.
So actually next we're going to be introducing ourselves, I think. Oh, no, maybe it's one more. So fitness innovation for the future. This is of course my opinions and based on reading and research. So this is just what I think is going to be the future. As someone who's been in the industry for a while. I think it's about the gym being on your schedule. Your gym should be everywhere you are and open all the time, right? So instead of being locked down to the gym that you're a member at and having to only use it when you go there, whether it's within their hours or even if they're 24 hours, like just the fact that you have to go there to use it, that's a limiting factor to making it a part of your lifestyle. So having your gym everywhere you are and open all the time, whether that means a private members Instagram, which we have, a YouTube channel that you can, where the people who are at the gym and you can learn from them easier because you've been coached by them. Just all of these different aspects now that are available to us to keep the gym open to you all the time, whenever you want it. And then on top of that, with your gym, getting more value out of going to it, whatever it is, whether it's online or in person. I think people see the need for actual results more than just fad diets can do or fad workouts can do. Anyone can be out of shape, quote unquote, whatever that is for you. Go to a gym and work out for a month and lose, however many pounds. And then it's about that path past that. So if you don't have the coaching in order to move right, reduce pain, all those things, it's really not going to be fun. if you're injuring yourself and whatnot. So a lot of reasons why coaching is really valuable. Wellness programs. So I believe moving forward, I think everyone sees the need for health and fitness, but I think that employers can play a really big role in influencing their employees. And yeah, so it's really about, before pandemic, I think, corporate wellness programs, in my experience, have been kind of almost just like a money saver. Like, it's just, we have one, okay, and here's what it is, all right, but it's not necessarily part of the culture. So I think moving forward, in companies really having their C-suite from the top down being invested in, bought into, and building into the culture that fitness and letting it be a part of their workday, right? So however that is, having a gym that they have access to, whatever that gym is, if it's their own lifestyle, that they work with a gym, local gym, or they pay someone to come in-house, whatever it is, having it available all the time for their people and giving their people the opportunity to take advantage of that. So whether it means giving them a 2-hour lunch so they can work out, eat, get a shower, go back to work, whatever that looks like, having a program that's a part of the culture. And then past that, I think that innovative ideas from within the fitness community itself is really where it needs to go. And I think there's oftentimes in tech, it's driven by programmers and developers and all these kinds of people. But I think in fitness, we need to really bring in those people into the gyms and say, hey, what can we do now? Like, what's next? How can we innovate in the gym space? And for us, we have some ideas that we have up there that are listed. All ideas from all people involved in BFit. We've got the kettle bar, we've got the cubicle, we've got the KB, a competitor for Peloton, which I think the kettlebell could be a tremendous competitor for Peloton and other companies like Peloton, the on-demand live classes, all of that. VR coaching, right? So VR is going to be a big thing coming up. I mean, it's already a big thing. Look at Oculus. It was purchased by Facebook years ago. So VR coaching with real-time data and physical feedback with a bodysuit. Again, I could talk about all these things for hours, right? Yeah. But BFit Mobile, basically bringing the gym to the people. And that's, again, already got graphics for that one. And then lifestyle products. So just various products that can help improve the gym space and the functionality of the equipment with ease, okay? So essentially, I feel like there's more opportunity than ever before in the gym space or the fitness industry. And then something I didn't talk about really that I wish I had, well, I'm glad I remembered it, is also the mentality around fitness, because a lot of it is people get advertised to, and it almost makes them feel shame in a sense, right? So like people are shamed into feeling like they need to go to the gym. Like, that's not what it's about. With what we're trying to do is get people to want to be there without feeling shame, with the positive community reinforcement and learning that failure happens, and that's what we're going for in the gym. And so it's all about learning and not feeling like you have this need to hit this weight number or this muscle mass or whatever it is. It's really, again, going back to a lifestyle. So it's not hitting a number or any small goals that are really kind of shallow in a sense that you're advertised to you. So aside from all the innovation physically, it's also an innovation mentally and the way we advertise and talk about fitness. I think that's really important moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to add there?
Nothing to add.
Any questions before we move on?
No, what I have to add is that Brian and Aaron both, but Brian, I love the fact that I have been places where they shame you into doing your workout and they scream at you and they belittle you if you're not doing it right. And you guys are so supportive. And it's like, I'm doing a plank and I'm shaking, but but you're not giving me a hard time, and you're not saying, come on, you can do this, you can do this. But you're really supportive. So yeah. I really appreciate it.
That's a great, I'm glad you brought that up and I appreciate the compliment. something that I try to coach everyone that I come into contact with is about self-talk. And, it starts with me talking to you. All right. So if I'm not being positive in the reinforcement and supportiveness of you, you're not going to be mentally there and support yourself and positively talk to yourself. So I'm constantly trying to reinforce positive feedback. And also when people do talk to us and belittle themselves, nope. Just like you started in the beginning of this, Deb, you said, I'm old now. No, old is just a number, right? You're still
You're young.
I don't know if I can cuss, but you're a BA, okay? Yeah, she said it.
You're right, Brian. That was so important. But I came in and said, look, I'm old. I don't have the strength I used to have. I mean, oh my God. And you were like, no. And so I really appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. Anita, you want to say something?
Yeah, I got a question. I got a few questions if you don't mind. So I think like the gym industry is very different where compared to other businesses where you have an owner and you have like kind of like an employee slash, or in the gym it's a coach. So do you find difficulty in being an owner or founder and then also being a coach? Because it's like two different hats. Is it one hat? Like,
Great question.
Great question.
Can I answer for him? No.
Yeah. It's definitely difficult, especially because we're a little over a year in, and we'll talk about that in a second, but it's definitely difficult because, I'm wearing a lot of hats and coaching constantly. So it definitely wears me down, and Aaron picks up a lot of the slack and does a lot of things that if I didn't do them, they wouldn't happen. For example, last year when COVID hit, the website, we didn't have a website until Aaron made it happen. Like she led the way on that. So yeah, being an owner and a coach the whole time is difficult. We're definitely going to be looking to hire people really soon to answer that question in another way too. So great question. You said
get the next. What was that?
Did you have another question? You said you had a few.
Oh yeah. So you kind of talked about it, but we'll go in a little more detail. So what was your mentality between opening the gym, like your thought process between opening the gym, having the gym go into a pandemic, and now coming out of the pandemic?
He was amazing, really. He's his whole life he's been like a get it done kind of guy, and he didn't even stop to think about it. He's like, okay, this is the situation. In a week, we'll show you the timeline. But within a week, when things got shut down, he had a plan. He executed the plan. All of his members had kettlebells. We barely lost any memberships. He coached from our 500 square foot living room apartment and just made it happen. So wasn't ideal to hit pandemic 51 days after opening, but he just has this attitude that he's going to make it work. He's not going to let his people down. And he just kept a positive attitude throughout everything. And he supported me, which, I lost my job. So he was coaching, starting a new business. We had a lot going on, and he just kept a positive attitude throughout it all, which was huge.
Thank you. And we also were 2 weeks away from getting married. So
congratulations.
It was pretty intense time, but the way I am, it's like, you can't focus on the past in a sense, in that way, you can learn from the past, right? But you can't focus on it because then it'll just stop you from progressing. And and you'll see, we'll go to the next slide in a minute, but I do want to get Christine in here for a second, but so you can't focus on the past. You just got to okay, what can we do? What's available? And you have to think outside the box. Get all your options there, and then decide what the best route is to go from there. So, you just got to keep moving and not focus on the past. Like I said, I know a lot of gyms, many gyms. I think it was like a third of gyms shut down permanently because of the pandemic. And here we are, brand new gym, and we were able to make it work. So part of it too is also having very loyal members, and that we're very appreciative of that too. So all of that combined really is really why we were able to keep it going. And now we're sitting here in front of you. So Christine, how are you? Well, maybe she's just
away from our computers.
Yep. So we'll keep moving. But all right, so about us, BFit Lifestyle, we were established in 2020. Happiness and health together lead to a fit lifestyle. And fortunately, a fit lifestyle is within your control. BFit Lifestyle classes are fun, diverse, and challenging with a positive community. Whether you're at our studio, at home, or on the road, take control of your lifestyle. That is us right there. And our mission is to simplify a well-rounded fit lifestyle with the use of technology and efficient workout strategies. So that's really us in a nutshell. And then we get to our team. So here's the team. You see our founder and CEO and head coach and all those things. And then I'll let Erin introduce herself.
I'm Erin, and I am the co-founder, COO, CMO, licensed massage therapist. I wear a lot of hats around here.
Yeah. And then you can see we have a programming coach, Dr.
And
John.
she does a lot of laundry. Oh my God.
Massage trainer, massage therapist life.
Yep, that's it.
And then Dr. John Wallander is our head programmer. So he and I work closely together on our programming for our strength and conditioning classes. Then we have 3 yoga coaches, 2 subs that aren't on here, but 3 main yoga coaches, Eric, Emma, and Andrew, all fantastic, and all different in their own ways. And then we have another massage therapist, Alyssa, who is now full-time massage therapist. Yep. So it's pretty cool. She just made that jump. Mm-hmm. Now we get to 2020, the year of escalating business plans and rapidly innovating. That was us. So to give you an idea, I mean, we went through this list here pretty much, and some more that we'll talk about later. We went through our 3 to 5 year business plan within the year. So it moved up everything really quick, and we learned a lot really fast, which is great. And by the way, if you see me looking to the side, it's because you're up on our projector screen that we have here that you'll see in a second. But so founded in January 2020, we have strength conditioning classes, yoga meditation classes, a muscle recovery class, which is taught by and led by Erin, using like foam rollers and lacrosse balls. And really, she doesn't even use foam rollers anymore. But
yeah, I use massage sticks and yoga tune-up balls.
Yeah, but essentially myofascial release, which is not stretching, but breaking up muscle tissue. And we could talk about that for a whole hour if we wanted to. But she leads a class. It's pretty unique. You don't see that in a lot of gyms, along with meditation. Then we have private coaching, one-on-one, massage therapy, and then we have an apparel line, which was the initial plan before I opened a gym. But again, I can go on a lot of tangents here. But we did start an apparel line. And then we have community cleanups. If you notice there, you can see Deb in the top left, in her vest with her clear mask on, picking up trash in Highlandtown. And then bottom left is our, hey, we're being COVID conscious here. That was last spring. And then a group shot after a workout. And then after this picture in the bottom right with the dog, we, on Saturdays, we have a class that afterwards we go over to a brewery right around the corner that's in this development. And we all hang out and have a beer or two, which kind of goes also into the lifestyle part of it, is the community and not being too conscious about everything we put into our bodies. Not saying you should go drink alcohol every day, but you want to be able to live your life and have a fitness, health focus in your life too. Any questions about what we offer here? All right. So the timeline, you can see January 2020 over on the left. The picture above that is a picture from our grand opening, which was the 25th of January last year. And then moving on down, you see March on 3/16 in Maryland anyway, everything shut down. And that week, that was a Tuesday, I think, or a Monday. That week, we just handed out kettlebells to all the members and equipment to the one-on-one clients. They took it home. And then next week, we're up and running on Zoom, doing classes and one-on-one. So really quickly, so we had 51 days before we shut down, and then in a week we were up online. And then in June, we were able to open up classes outdoors because the rules changed in the city, Baltimore City, that is. And so I'm an Eagle Scout, and my troop was, I'm fortunate enough for them to lend me canopies to cover the outdoor class space. And we moved all our rubber mats out there to have an outdoor gym essentially, and put all the equipment in job boxes, so like construction job boxes. Then in July, Aaron joined the team officially, and like I said, is there again, wasn't in the plan until 3 years in, or 2 years in at least. And then she was officially a part of the team and has her space there. That's actually where it used to be, in the back corner.
Yep.
And we've adapted this room as well, as much as the business many times. And then in October, we launched the apparel line, looking to add new revenue streams and really and we had requests from members for it. So we had that, we launched that. And then in December of 2020, we were fully hybrid. So meaning our strength and conditioning classes could be taken in person or online. So people could be at home if they wanted to be for, COVID reasons or just convenience reasons. And we have a full online yoga program as well. And then throughout the year, we actually, all those people that are in our team, we hired, let's see, well, I guess I'll pass it too far, but Eric, the yoga coaches, and Alyssa, all those people were hired within the last year during COVID. So, all right. Now let's get to some before we go on, actually, any questions before we do some movement and recovery? No? All right. So let's do a little bit of movement. Oh yeah, let's do a quick tour really fast. It won't take long because it's a really small space. So you can see this is the front of the gym room. And then if I twist the camera that way, that's the massage space. All right, we just have some dividers setting up the room, and we can break that down really easily. And that becomes another workout space when we wanted to. And then you can see yourselves up there on the projector. That's for our hybrid classes and any kind of presentations we want to do in person. Our entrance with a little bit of a lounge area. And then let me turn around. So bathroom and all that good stuff. More squat racks, weights, kettlebells, lots of kettlebells. So I didn't really mention this, but our primary tool that we use here at BFit are kettlebells for strength and conditioning and a lot of other tools and other classes that we have. So now let's get into our movement. So let me adjust the camera.
Yeah, and you want to unshare screen?
Oh yeah, let's unshare screen so you guys can see me. Right. Yeah, and also, if you guys are ready, we're gonna have you do it with us as well. So even if we can't see you, that's cool. We're gonna give you the instruction, demonstration, the instruction, and have you do it afterwards. So movement, I recommend if you're sitting at a desk or standing at a desk even all day, I recommend getting away from the desk and doing some movement. Actually, you can do it right after your desk if you have the space, or in your living room or wherever you are. I recommend doing that every 10 minutes or 10 minutes every 1 to 2 hours, 2 hours being the max. I would say if you could, every hour to 90 minutes, but 2 hours definitely being the max. Because when you sit for a long time, and Aaron can talk about this more than I can, the muscles get bound up, and when you get up, they don't really want to move, and that's when we get that pain, okay? So every 10 minutes for every 1 to 2 hours, and here's a little routine that I recommend that you can do really easily at your desk or wherever you are, find a space. And it kind of goes back to that the employers buying in, maybe having a workout space at the office, whatever that is. First one, it's 4 movements. We're going to start with the glute bridge. So Erin's going to get on the floor here. And can you guys see her okay? Cool.
Yes.
So she's going to set her feet up just outside hips width, and she's going to reach for her heels with her fingertips. Yep. Right about there is where you want them. And what she's going to do is she's going to elevate her hips all the way until she gets a straight line from her knee to her shoulder. But she doesn't want to overextend. So as she comes back up, she doesn't want to overextend. Yes, we don't want this. This is not good. So you really just want to think about getting a straight line from knee to shoulder, right there. So she's going to do a few more, nice and slow, just like this. The goal is to get blood flow to those muscles that you've been sitting on or just having been moving the whole time. All right. So I want you guys to go ahead, if you're ready, go ahead and get on the ground, and I want you to try 10 of these. Right, so this is great point, thank you. This is the opposite of sitting. So sitting, you are literally have shortened hamstrings, your glutes are lengthened. So what we're doing is we're actually contracting the glutes and the hamstrings, getting blood flow to the area to get them going. So go ahead and try it. I'll give you a couple of seconds here, about a minute or so to try that out, do 10 of those. And again, you want to have your feet about hips width or a little wider. You want to just come up to a straight line from knee to shoulder. So go ahead and try that. Give you guys a minute here, and when Deb pops up on the screen again, we'll get back to it. So Deb, try 10 of those, and then we'll keep moving. All right, get ready for the next one. Was that Christine? Did you just pop in, Christine? Oh, no.
Deb's really doing it.
Deb's really getting her 10. Nice, Deb.
Good job, Deb.
Good job, Deb. All right, next, the bodyweight squat. Okay, so this is a movement often performed incorrectly, just really from the setup. Okay, once you get the right setup, it's pretty easy to get right. So the setup, actually turn towards the camera for me, please. Her feet are going to be at shoulder width or just outside shoulder width. Her toes are turned out slightly. Now, this is just a general setup. There's lots of different variations of the squat, but this is the one I recommend for most people. So what she's going to do, you can turn back to the side. She's going to shoot her butt back first, and then she's going to drop into her squat, trying to get her hips below her knees. Now, not everyone can get their hips below their knees for a variety of reasons. If you can't, if you feel pain, or you just can't get there because you're not maybe mobile enough to get there, or for whatever reason, just go as far as you can, nice and smooth. You're keeping your chest up, but not arching your back. Okay, you put your hands out for some balance. All right, nice and smooth, just like that. All right, so everyone go ahead and try 10 to 15 reps here for bodyweight squats, right at that speed. Also notice when she gets to the top, it's a straight line. She's not leaning back. She's going to squeeze her glutes at the top and engage her core as well. Okay, so go ahead and try 10 of those. We'll let you guys do that. Give you about 30 seconds here. Okay. We start on it. So next, we're going to do a plank. So that was 30 seconds. Next, the plank, elbow plank. So Erin's going to have her elbows below her shoulders. Okay, elbows below shoulders. Her feet, her toes are going to be tucked, ready to plank. Feet are hips width. And then when I say she's going to come up, she's going to squeeze her glutes, her quads, and her abs. Most people think a plank is an ab exercise. It is not. It is a full body exercise. And we're actually going to activate a lot of muscle that doesn't get activated when you're sitting or standing, even standing all day. All right, so go ahead up, Erin. Now, when I push on her hips, they shouldn't move. All right, if I push her hips and they do move, let them move, that means she's not squeezing glutes, quads, and abs as well. So make sure you're squeezing all of those. So go ahead and drop down. You can relax there. Go ahead and drop down and try that out for 20 seconds. I'm going to start a clock here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's plank. I'm going to go for 20 seconds here. Really focus on squeezing your glutes, quads, and abs. All right, so again, we're trying to get the core, this part, all active. That's not active while you're sitting and even standing, right? We're hunching a lot, okay? And the core is not active. So next, that was 20. You can rest if you're working still. Next, we're going to do Superman. So again, sitting at a desk or even standing, we're kind of hunched over, tightening on the desk, okay? So this movement is going to reverse, work the muscles that aren't being engaged when you're sitting, and kind of reverse, again, like the glute bridge, do a reverse movement of sitting and standing. So what she's going to do, she's going to have her hands out in a wide formation, thumbs to the sky. Feet are going to be hips width again. And when I say she's going to arch up, engaging her glutes, her upper back, and she's going to keep her head in line with her spine. So go ahead up there. So she's up. She's going to hold for 2 seconds to go back down, just like that. And she's trying to reach her thumbs to the sky, activating her upper back and everything down her posterior chain. Okay? One more time. All right, let's give those a try at home. Let's try 5 of those just to get a feel for that. Give you guys about 30 seconds to try that.
I did them today.
What's that? You did?
I did them today.
That's right. You know that's right. Yep. Reversing all that sitting. That's fine. She doesn't have to go. She did it today already.
That's right. You already got them in.
10 more seconds. All right. So now I'm going to toss it to Erin. We're going to meet in her space to show you some stuff that you can do to recover and whatnot for sitting all day or standing all day. All right.
Yeah, we're going to head on over to
We'll see you over here.
All right. So we are on a different screen now. Brian's muting his, that way we don't get any feedback. All right.
I got to fix that.
We can hear ourselves talk in the other space. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to show you how to set up ergonomic positioning from a seat and for a standing desk. So Brian, he's my model. That's what we're waiting on. But basically, what you want to do is, I'll be my own model. How about that? All right, here he comes. All right, so what you want to do is you want your first focus on the upper body. So this is what not to do. This is what some of us do, but this is what not to do. So you want your forearms rested on your desk. So your seat needs to be high enough as to where you can do that. You don't want your seat so high that your feet are dangling off the ground. You want both your feet flat, ideally. If your seat raises and your feet come up, then put some books or a yoga block under your feet just to give them some support there. But a lot of times people rest their feet on the bottom of the chair. Over time, that's just not good for the hips and for the calves. So anyways, feet flat on the floor, elbows resting on the desk. You want your shoulders relaxed. So you don't want them down and back or flexed. You just want them to be pretty much relaxed down your back. You want the crown of your head nice and tall, like a fishing line is pulling the crown of your head towards the sky. And yes. And one thing that I notice a lot with my clients is they reach for their mouse. So when they do that, their whole body comes forward usually. So just keep that in mind. When your arms are rested, you want your mouse in a position where you can comfortably grab it and you're not reaching for it. Another thing that's very common is for the head to be forward when people are focusing or on their keyboard, even like this. So just chin tucked, fishing line pulling the crown of the head nice and tall. This goes the same for a standing desk. If you have a standing desk, you want your elbows rested. That's so important because there's a muscle that's from here to here. And when your elbows aren't rested, this muscle is going to contract throughout the day and it causes a lot of upper back and neck pain. So elbows rested, this muscle doesn't have to work anymore. And it can prevent a lot of discomfort in people. So standing desk, elbows rested, mouse within, hands distance reach, crown of the head nice and tall, even weight from one foot to the other. You're not leaning to one side or leaning to the other. That is proper ergonomics. It's just straight spine, even weight, rested elbows, crown of the head nice and tall. From here, I forgot what I was going to talk about next. Was it static back?
Or
the thumb release is what we're going to do next. So this, if you're typing on the keyboard and you have just stress throughout your day, this is a great thing to come to just for a couple of minutes. Give yourself a little bit of self-massage. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your one hand, grab the meaty pad of your other hand, and you're just going to massage it. I like to feel around for a thicker part of my thumb. So those of you at home, go ahead and do this with me. Just start to squeeze around on your thumb. You can feel the muscle in there. So feel for the densest part of that muscle. The amount of pressure you want to use is what you would use to like push the button on your car stereo. So not a ton of pressure, just enough to push a button. So you're not like yanking at your thumb or anything. You're just giving it a little bit of massage, feeling for dense areas of it. And once you find a dense area,
You can go ahead and move your thumb around. Do some circles in each direction, up and down. You can wiggle your fingers. And then do the other one. Just this little bit of self-massage is going to bring blood back into your hands. It's going to reduce your stress throughout the day. It takes a couple minutes to give yourself some self-care and love, and your body's going to really enjoy it, and so is your mind. And then the last thing.
We'll do it over there, actually. It'll be all right, since we have the chairs.
We're going to head back over.
Real quick before we head over, I just wanted to show you guys Erin's massage space, okay? So it's very relaxing. She's got her anatomy posters up there. So her cups over there, if you've ever been cupped, those are phenomenal. Oh yeah, and she's a crazy plant mom. So
I am.
yep, that's Erin's space.
Yep.
Now we're gonna go over to the other side. There we go. All right, we're back.
Okay, so this last one is my favorite. I do this all the time with my clients. Anybody that has stress throughout their day, whether it is just mental stress or physical stress, sitting in the same posture all day can bring on a sense of physical stress. This uses gravity. So Brian, he's got his knees and his hips pretty much at 90 degrees here, and he's resting. In this position, you want to consciously relax your entire body. So gravity is letting his chest relax, it's letting his core relax, it's letting his hips relax, his feet. So he's 90-90, hips and knees, palms are face up, arms are slightly outside of his body. His whole spine is flat on the ground. There's no gap between his lower back and the floor. He's got even weight from one hip to the other, and he's just totally resting and breathing. I recommend that clients do this for 5 minutes. So not a long time at all, but it makes the biggest difference. I tell them to set a timer on their phone and set themselves up in this posture, and don't check your phone, don't grab for things or anything like that. Just rest in this position for 5 minutes, and the body just loves this posture. So go ahead and try that at home. It looks like Deb's trying it. Anita, I hope you're trying it too.
And you can use your chair, your desk chair, simple as that. Or if you're at home, your couch that you're sitting on, all that.
Desk chair, sofa, kitchen chair, whatever you have that's going to prop your knees and your hips to 90 degrees. And then you just want to consciously relax your whole body. That's it.
All right. So almost done. The last thing to point about that is between the suggestions that Erin just gave you and the little routine that we gave you for movement, those two things, if you could do those, at least one of those every day, that would be a great start. Start small. If you can get to both of those every day, that would be an even better next step, okay?
Yes.
All right, next up, let's finish her up. Let's get a chair back in here. So I'm gonna share screen.
I shared it.
Oh, cool. So you can see that's our schedule. We have 18 classes weekly. All you need is a kettlebell and a yoga mat at home, or if you're in person, we've got everything for you. And on the next slide, since you showed up today, you get a free week of classes if you are here. So all you have to do is go to our website, and actually this is a hyperlink, so I'm gonna go right there. Go to our website and fill out, see, Wi-Fi. So you have to click on this button here. All right, click on that button right there. Try your first class free. And since you are here today, fill out this form, and down here on the coach code, put in BIW 2021, and that will give us the signal that you were here for our presentation. And we will contact you ASAP, all right?
Website is livebefitlifestyle.com.
See a chat? Let's see, what do we get in the chat here? Where is it? Oh, okay, thanks, Deb. So last but not least, we will do a Q&A. Last final questions and answers for you. That routine is not on our IG, but we can put it on our IG.
Yeah.
We'll put that on our IG. I'll make a note for you. Let's see.
Definitely.
You guys are great. Put it in the chat, but you're the best session I've watched so far today. And there have been a million of them, but
Thanks,
you
Deb.
were informative, you were additive, and you really, really engaged everyone. And I'm so sorry that there were so few, but we will pimp this recording out to everyone.
Thanks, Deb. Appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Deb.
You rock. Thank you.
I have to go now because I have to cook dinner for Peter.
Of course, no problem.
Thanks for the support. Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Yeah, seriously, thanks for the
I love you guys. Okay.
He's lying.
Bye.
Bye.
Nato, so if you follow, go ahead and follow BFit Lifestyle on Instagram. So let's go back one. I'm gonna go back here. If you go to our, see right there is our Instagram. Go ahead there, follow us, and if you send me a message real quick on there, we will send that to you directly, okay? Since you were here, let's just keep that to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll do it right now.
Absolutely, yeah, man. Go ahead and do that right now, man, for sure. And then Q&A. Any final questions for us, Nato? Or Christine, if you're there? All right. Cool.
I don't have anything right now. I appreciate it for real.
Absolutely, Nato.
That was the best one
Yeah.
so far. I've been all the sessions so far since this morning, and they were dry. So this is definitely the best one.
Thank you.
Oh, well, thanks for being
Cool.
here.
Appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that. Yeah, and now that you know us, don't hesitate to reach out for any advice or anything like that. Especially you said you're interested in starting a gym, so don't hesitate to reach out. Okay.
I will. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Take us up on that free week.
Yeah, take us up. You
Come
can do
get
some
in some-
online stuff.
Come get in some classes. We got great classes.
Oh yeah, if you're moving up, yeah, right, exactly. Cool.
You're in Baltimore right now, right?
Yeah, I'll be moving downtown in about like a month and a half.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Come see us, man.
So quick question. So you guys said you obviously have classes online. So actually showing up to the gym, is there like certain hours or like, how does that run?
So since it's a private coaching gym, we don't have like just you come in, you work out when you want. This is our schedule here. So right now that's our schedule, and it's only going to grow from there as we hire coaches, especially for the strength and conditioning. Excuse me. But one thing I didn't really say is the lifestyle is really based on what my experience in fitness, and everything on that schedule I have done for at one point it was my focus. So whether it was yoga, strength and conditioning, bodybuilding and the barbell strength, or muscle recovery, at some point throughout my career, that's why it's on there. So having all those classes available, we want our members to try them all out, whatever that means for them. Whether it's strength and conditioning, it's a muscle recovery, barbell strength and yoga, however you want. Come up with your own method and we can help you with that. So when you do get in town, I think probably the best thing would be to, when you get in town, to come try your free week here in person. That way you can get the full experience.
Will do. Definitely. I'll definitely be there.
Awesome.
Awesome. Looking forward to meeting you in person.
man. Nato, you have a good one and we appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming to see us.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys. Take care.
Have a
You
good
too.
one.
Bye.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right, you gotta stop the recording.
Yep.